When it comes to social media, there are 4 major essentials for customer care, and these are listening to your customers, understanding what they're saying, connecting with them, and then knowing the results of that connection. In this video, we are going to run through a high-level overview on how to carry these functions out using Microsoft Social Engagement. So let's jump right in. A great way that social engagement allows you to listen to your customers is through the search setup. And we're going to go over here into the search setup, and that allows you to capture posts into different buckets that your team kind of designates. So as we can see on this left side, we have competitors, accounts, contacts. We do a lot with our products at C5 Insight. We're interested in people talking about Dynamix CRM and SharePoint because those are 2 tools that we help people implement. So it benefits us to collect data and collect posts on that topic. So once we do that, we can go into the analytics to understand what people are saying. And the great thing about the analytics feature of social engagement is that it allows you to understand on a high level, on a bigger scale, and also on a small scale in the individual posts. So what you're seeing is kind of the big picture understanding of what people are saying. And the great thing about social engagement is you can drill into those buckets that we just saw on the search setup on our listening side of things. So as you can see, there's the products tab, the products bucket, if you will, and then there's Dynamix CRM and SharePoint. For the sake of this video, we'll be interested in SharePoint. And you can see that you can add filters. So say we want to know about the negative sentiment that people are saying in regards to SharePoint, because if people are happy with their SharePoint, they don't need us. Just like if your customers are happy with you with your product, you might not need to hear from them, or you might not need to connect with them. So as you can see, we see all of these different negative phrases. We see where people are talking about SharePoint in it with a negative sentiment, and we can also we see also the volume of posts. And we can understand on a big scale here, and we can pull out and see on a small scale, on an individual post level. We can kind of scroll through and see what people are saying. And for the sake of an example, let's use David Lane. He's very unhappy with SharePoint, and so we want to help him. And a great way that we can do that, we can either directly reply to him straight from within social engagement with our linked social profile at C5 Insight, or we can link him to CRM, which I've already done. You just would click a link to CRM button that would show right here, and we can show him in CRM. So we can link him as a case, or we can respond to him within social engagement. And that's great because you can assign a post to a colleague within CRM to be able to kind of navigate and resolve the case. So that's a great way to connect with your customers when you're trying to resolve an issue, because you want your customers to be happy with your product or with your service, and social engagement allows you to do that through the direct reply or through the linking to CRM. So once you've connected with your people, it's really important to know your results. You want to know if you're helping your customers. You want to know if it's changing anything. And you can do that through either the CRM side, where you can kind of look at the cases that you've resolved over time, or from the social engagement side, you can look at sentiment over time. So social engagement actually has a sentiment dashboard where you can see a sentiment history over time. So you can look at the week, and we can see we have a slightly trending up sentiment in terms of SharePoint, or we can look over the past month, and you can see from month to month, from week to week, are we improving in our sentiment? Are we not improving in our sentiment? And that's a great way to know if you're caring for your customers well and effectively. So those are the 4 principles of customer care displayed through social engagement.